This is a mobile game, but you can play it on consoles as well. This is South of the Circle. It's a linear third-person game set in the sort of 1960s, in the early 1960s, and you play a guy called Peter, who's a researcher and climatologist at Cambridge Uni, and he's a man of his brilliant mind. He's like Stephen Hawking, but for climate. And he's working on a research paper, and he's really going to make his name. And he starts working on it with another academic called Clara. And Clara, obviously being at Cambridge in the early 1960s, is sort of set back a lot by generational sexism and isn't given the sort of credit that she deserves for stuff. They work on this paper together, they start to develop a bit of a romance, but also at the same time the whole Cambridge 5 scandal's going on, and one of her friends has been arrested for suspected communism. And so everyone at the university is like, I know she's responsible for most of the paper, don't put her name on the paper. It's all about their relationship, and it's all about researching, various sort of climate stuff. So that element is set in the early 1960s. There's also an element that's set in a different timeline, either a few months later, in which Peter is in the Antarctic and his plane crashes and he's trying to find his way to safety. And you're playing both of these separate timelines. One's a sort of theory of everything style romance, and the other is this sort of survival mission. All the gameplay involves is moving Peter around and choosing dialogue options, which aren't really written dialogue options. They're emotions. You choose which emotion. You choose like a square or a triangle, and that will reflect what emotional response he has. So it's a decision-based game. But the writing is so realistic. It's all rotoscoped animation, so they've got very sort of blank faces, but you really get a sense of their mannerisms and the romance. And I've never willed a couple to be together more in a game, and it really, really got to me. The whole experience is only about 5 hours or so, but my God, it's so astonishingly well written, and it really sort of beats the argument of when people just don't recognise the idea that a video game could have like TV or film-worthy dialogue.
Yeah.
You go, this is so fucking... The acting is so brilliant. I wanted only the best for Peter and Clara, but also it's got that extra resonance of like, this is about a real thing that happened in the 60s. Cannot recommend it enough. I just love it.